Have you ever watched someone waste their own potential? Not because they were born without talent, not because they were cursed, not because life was unfair, but because they simply refused to try long enough. This is the story of Kabir, a boy who always gave up, a boy who blamed everyone but himself, a boy who was given 3 supernatural choices and still almost destroyed his own destiny. Listen carefully, because somewhere inside this story, you might find yourself. Kabir was not born poor in spirit. He was born ordinary, and sometimes ordinary is the most dangerous place to be. He lived in a small village surrounded by dusty roads, wide farmlands, and houses made of mud and tin roofs that sang loudly whenever rain fell. His mother was a hard-working woman who woke before sunrise and slept long after the moon had claimed the sky. But Kabir? Kabir loved sleep more than sunrise. He loved comfort more than growth. He loved dreaming more than doing. As a child, teachers once said he was intelligent, quick to understand, sharp with words, curious. But curiosity without effort fades quickly. When school became difficult, he stopped trying. When assignments required patience, he delayed them. When exams approached, he complained about how unfair life was. If a subject required practice, he would say, "I'm just not naturally good at this." If a task required repetition, he would sigh, "This is boring." And when results came back poor, he always had a reason. "The teacher doesn't like me. The questions were tricky. I didn't have enough time." Excuses became his shield. But what he didn't realize, excuses are invisible chains. As years passed, the village began to notice something. Other boys were learning trades. Some worked with their fathers on farms. Some apprenticed with carpenters. Some traveled to nearby towns to find opportunities. Kabir talked. He talked about becoming rich one day. He talked about leaving the village. He talked about starting a big business. But he never stayed long enough in one place to build anything. He tried farming once. The first day he complained about the heat. The second day he complained about the soil. The third day he stopped going entirely. He tried learning tailoring. The measurements confused him. The stitching required patience. He quit after a week. He tried selling fruits in the market. Standing all day was tiring. He stopped after 3 days. Slowly, people stopped believing him, not because they hated him, but because he had trained them not to. His mother would look at him with tired eyes and say, "My son, laziness doesn't destroy you immediately. It destroys your future quietly." But Kabir would roll over on his mat and reply, "One day something big will happen for me." He believed in miracles, but not in effort. One evening, after hearing laughter from a group of boys his age who were discussing their plans for expanding their farms, Kabir felt something twist inside his chest. Jealousy. Not anger, not sadness. Jealousy. He walked away from the village that evening, kicking stones along the path. "Why is life so unfair?" he muttered. "Why do others succeed so easily?" The sky was painted orange as the sun slowly disappeared behind the hills. Without realizing how far he had walked, Kabir found himself near an ancient baobab tree, one elders often spoke about in quiet tones. And beneath that tree sat an old man. He was calm, still, almost too still. His robe was simple and dusty, yet something about him felt timeless. "You look like a boy who is tired of his own excuses," the old man said gently without lifting his head. Kabir froze. "How do you know me?" he asked. The old man slowly looked up. His eyes were deep, not young, not old, just deep. "I know the weight of wasted potential when I see it." Kabir felt defensive. "You don't know anything about my life." The old man smiled faintly. "You are not lazy because you are weak. You are lazy because you are afraid." The words struck like lightning. "Afraid?" Kabir laughed nervously. "I'm not afraid." "Then why do you quit before something becomes difficult?" Silence filled the space between them. The wind rustled the leaves above. The old man stood slowly. "I will offer you 3 choices," he said. Kabir's heartbeat quickened. 3 choices? Yes, but understand this. Each choice carries a lesson, and each lesson carries pain. Kabir stepped closer. "I'm listening." The old man raised one finger. "First choice, I can grant you instant wealth, gold, land, status, respect, everything you dream of. But you will not know the process that built it." A second finger rose. "Second choice, I can give you extraordinary talent. You will master anything quickly. You will appear gifted beyond imagination, but effort will feel meaningless to you." Then the third finger. "Third choice, I can give you discipline. Nothing more. No gold, no special talent, just the power to continue when quitting feels easier." Kabir barely thought. Wealth sounded perfect. "Give me wealth," he said immediately. The old man nodded once. "So be it." The wind roared suddenly, the sky darkened, and everything disappeared.
When Kabir opened his eyes, he was lying on silk sheets inside a large, beautiful house. He jumped up. Servants moved quickly around him. Outside the window were wide lands filled with crops and livestock. "This is mine?" he whispered. A servant bowed. "Yes, sir." Kabir laughed loudly. He walked through halls decorated with fine art. He wore elegant clothes. He ate rich food. People respected him. The village admired him. For the first time in his life, he felt powerful. But wealth without knowledge is a dangerous gift. Workers asked questions about land management. He didn't understand. Suppliers discussed numbers. He nodded without listening. He signed documents he didn't read. He trusted men who praised him too much. He spent without planning. Because he had never built discipline, he never learned responsibility. Within months, cracks began to appear. Crops failed. Investments collapsed. Trusted partners vanished with money. Debts grew silently. He panicked. But panic without preparation leads nowhere. Within a year, the estate was gone. The house was sold. The servants left. And suddenly, he was back beneath the baobab tree. The old man stood before him. "You had wealth," the old man said calmly, "but you lacked the character to sustain it." Kabir's throat tightened. "I want another choice." The old man nodded. "Choose wisely." This time, Kabir hesitated. Wealth had embarrassed him. "Give me talent," he said carefully. The old man's eyes softened. "So be it." Darkness again. Kabir woke up in his village, but something had changed. When he picked up tools, he used them flawlessly. When he read books, he understood instantly. When he entered competitions, he won. People were amazed. "A genius," they whispered. For the first time, things were easy. Too easy. Because everything came naturally, he stopped practicing. He didn't prepare deeply. He relied on his gift. When true challenges appeared, projects that required patience over months, he grew restless. When mistakes finally came, he felt something unfamiliar: frustration. Because he had never trained discipline, failure felt unbearable. And so, he quit. Again. Others who worked hard began surpassing him. Their steady growth defeated his inconsistent brilliance. His reputation faded. Once more, he stood beneath the baobab tree. The old man waited. "I had everything," Kabir whispered, "and I still failed." The old man nodded gently. Talent without discipline is decoration. Discipline builds destiny. Kabir felt tears burn his eyes, he finally understood. "Give me discipline," he said quietly. The old man stepped closer. "This gift will not feel magical," he warned. "It will hurt." "I'm ready," Kabir replied. The wind rose one last time. Darkness. Morning light entered his small mud house. No mansion, no applause, no miracle. Just the same simple life. For a moment, doubt crept in. But when he felt the urge to sleep longer, he stood up. When he felt like quitting work halfway, he continued. When the sun burned his skin in the fields, he stayed. It wasn't glamorous, it was painful. His body ached, his mind complained, but something inside him refused to surrender. Day after day, week after week, month after month, he learned slowly. He practiced consistently. He failed repeatedly. But this time, he did not quit. The village noticed the change. Not dramatic, not flashy, but steady, reliable, dependable. Years passed. Kabir built a small farm. He studied at night. He saved money carefully. He asked elders for advice. He reinvested wisely. Because he had experienced wealth without discipline, he now respected every coin earned. Because he had experienced talent without effort, he now valued practice. Growth was slow, but it was real. And one evening, as the sun painted the sky gold, Kabir walked back to the baobab tree. The old man stood there again, but faint, almost transparent. "You understand now," the old man said softly. Kabir nodded. "You were never meant to give me shortcuts. You were meant to show me that the greatest power is discipline." The old man smiled. Every human faces three choices in life: comfort, talent, or discipline. Only one builds a lasting future. The wind blew gently, and the old man disappeared forever. Kabir never became the richest man alive. He became something greater, a man who could be trusted, a man who could endure, a man who no longer needed miracles. And here is the truth hidden inside this story. Most people are not failing because they lack opportunity. They are failing because they quit too soon. Discipline is not loud. It does not shine like gold. It does not impress like talent. But it builds what nothing else can. So if you feel lazy, if you feel like giving up, if you keep waiting for something magical to change your life, maybe you don't need wealth. Maybe you don't need special talent. Maybe you just need the courage to continue when it becomes uncomfortable. Because the boy who always gave up became the man who never did. And that changed everything.